Okay, so you've seen 3 of my actual work pace videos. So now I'm going to slow it down a little bit to normal human speed so everybody can see what it is that I did with this power hammer install. Hope you enjoy. I'll walk you through the whole process, soup to nuts. So I got this Anyang 55 pound or 25 kilo power hammer from James Johnson. He is the American distributor out of Texas. He's just north of Fort Worth. If you ever get the chance to go and pick something up from him or meet him, I highly recommend it. He's a great guy. He's bringing in a great product. He recommended mounting the hammer on a sheet of 3/4 inch plywood. I went one step farther. There's a local supplier of conveyor belt. It's about a 3/8 sheet of this fiber reinforced conveyor belt rubber. It's impermeable to oils, greases, chemicals and shit, so the oil from the hammer won't affect it. I put the hammer on the plywood, used the plywood as a template. In the first video you watched, I used that template to lay my holes on the concrete. There's 6 mounting points, 3 down each side, and I drilled 3/4 inch holes in my concrete. I drilled the holes all the way through the concrete into the underlaying fill dirt. Then I glued the plywood and the rubber together using construction adhesive, and I glued the plywood to the bottom of the power hammer using construction adhesive. Then I used a hoist that I have in my shop to lower it onto a pallet jack. Rolled the pallet jack over here. This is all the first video that I'm talking you through right now. Brought the pallet jack over, set it on blocks to get the pallet jack out from underneath it, and used an engine hoist. I had to remove this housing, the flywheel for the internal air compressor, to get the hoist around so that I could chain through these holes, lift it up, get the blocks out from underneath it, and I lowered it into place. Also in that video, you can see me greasing the floor. I threw down 4 or 5 lines of wheel bearing grease so that once it was on the floor, I'd be able to move it. This thing weighs, with the 350 pounds of sand that I managed to get in the base, James said he thought it was 300. I managed to get 7 bags, 50-pound bags of playground sand in it, so it's got 350 extra pounds in the base. I wanted it to be able to move so I could get it aligned with the holes in the floor. I got it all lined up and then used concrete anchor epoxy to stick these bolts in the floor, let them set up for 2 full days, and then sucked it down. Video 2 was wiring. At any rate, then I wired. I had to rearrange my shop. I also have an Anyang 25-ton press. It sat in this spot under the stairs. I decided I wanted it on the other side. That spot's really ideal for light, and now I have a nice light. Put an LED fixture in here. I wired direct into the switch that James puts on with the WEG motor. Ran my wiring across where it comes in from my power box. I rewired my press directly into the main power supply. Now, let's listen to it run. This thing's awesome. Super quiet. So, that's it. That's full tilt noise unless it's actually hammering. He also recommended I put this little exhaust pipe on it. It's a little louder without. That's in place, and then super controllable. Very, very controllable. Stand by for a video of forging my first piece of steel in it. That'll be coming up shortly. So there you go, brand new power hammer installed. The forge is on now, so there's a little bit of background noise. Yeah, I'm looking forward to using this thing. I'm gonna put a lot of miles on it this year and see if I can't forge down the pile of steel that I have stockpiled as preparation for this little process. Appreciate you guys following along. Look forward to showing you the new stuff. Happy New Year.